Hey you guys, it's Miss Alexander, and today we're doing Module 3, Lesson 13 in Engage New York. And the objective of this lesson is to solve two-step word problems, which include multiplicative comparisons. So let's look at example 1. It says, over the summer, Kate earned $180 each week for 7 weeks. Of that money, she spent $375 on a new computer and $137 on new clothes. How much money did she have left? So the first thing I'm going to look at is my question. I'm going to she have left. I'm going to go ahead and highlight red because this is our end point. How much money did she have left? So right there. Now, what am I going to start off with? I see I'm going to start off with $108 for 7 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that green. And then what's in between that we need to figure out is this, what she spent the money on. And we're going to highlight that yellow. Look at how I'm creating a stoplight effect. We got to start off somewhere. We need to add something or subtract something or multiply something, and then we get our answer. So down here at the bottom of all this, I'm going to write what Kate had this amount of money left. This is all we're writing. And as I usually do is I have you guys underline it so that I know I'm looking for what's underlined. So let's go into the actual adding, subtracting, multiplying. It said at first that she had she made $180 for 7 weeks. So I'm going to put my 1 in the hundreds column, the 8 in the tens column, and the 0 in the ones column. And because it's 7 weeks, I'm going to multiply it by 7. So now the 7 goes in the ones column underneath the 0. So we do 7 times 0, which is 0. Then I do 7 times 8, which is 56. And if I write 56, it's written in this 5 and a 6. The 6 gets dropped into the tens column in your product, and the 5 gets carried to the hundreds column so that we can add it after we multiply the hundreds column. So let's go multiply that hundreds column. We do 7 times 1, which is 7, plus 5, which is 12. So she earned $1,260 in 7 weeks. But remember, she spent some money. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into one of my solves. And I'm going to go ahead and scribble. Scribble's nice because all you need to do is use your finger. I have 1,270, I think. I know the first thing I'm going to do is, okay, you guys, hold on. I forgot my numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and quick add 375 and 137 because we know she spent money to do that. So it's 375 plus 100. Wow, my memory, you guys, happens. 137. So notice how I keep going back and forth so that I can re-see the number and stuff. So I'm writing 3 columns and putting the numbers in its appropriate place value column. So I have 5 plus 7, which is 12. And again, we drop the 2, we carry the 1. Now we do 7 plus 3, which is 10, plus 1, which is 11. And I carry the 1 to the next column. I have 3 plus 1 plus 1, which is 5. So she spent $512. We know she spent 1,000 something, but we now need to subtract the $512 because we want to know how much she spent altogether. So I'm going to quick hit save and close so I can go look to see how much she made in her 7 weeks. 1,260. So right over here, I'm going to go ahead and get back in my scribble and write 1,260. Now I can go ahead and subtract. I've got all my numbers lined up in my place value. So 0 subtract 2. Nope, I can't do that in the ones column. So I'm going to go to the tens column I'm going to take 1 from the 10. So now I'm going to have 5 10s. I'm going to take that 10, put it in the ones column. So now I have 10, I have 10 ones plus 0 ones, which is 10. Now I'm going to go 10 minus 2, which is 8. 5 minus 1, which is 4. 2 minus 5. Oh, we need to regroup again, you guys, because I can't take 5 out of 2. So I'm going to go to the thousandths column and take 1 from there. And now I have 10 100s plus 2 100s, which will give me 12 100s. 12 100s minus 5 100s is 7 100s. So we're looking at she has saved $748. So I'm going to hit save and close in my scribble and then go back to the top. She had $748 left. That's pretty cool. So let's go to problem number 2, you guys. Sylvia has been busy. She weighed 8 pounds when she was born. By her first birthday, her weight had tripled. By her second birthday, she had gained 12 more pounds. At that time, Sylvia's father weighed 5 times as much as she did. What were Sylvia and her dad's weight combined? So I'm going to write their combined weight is. And then we'll wait for, figure this out. So right here, I'm going to quick highlight what we're looking for in red because this is our stopping point. Now let's go see what we have at first. Sylvia weighed 8 pounds when she was born. So I'm going to make that green. By her first birthday, her weight had tripled. So I'm going to go ahead and do this tripled thing, which I think is kind of cool. But we need to add a couple things. By her second birthday, she had gained 12 more pounds. Okay. But after that, at that time, Sylvia's father weighed 5 times as much. So we have a couple things in the middle. So we need to figure out what we're doing. It says Sylvia weighed 8 pounds when she was born. By her first birthday, her weight had tripled. So we know, I'm going to quick jump into my scribble, you guys. We need to figure out 8 times 3. So I'm going to go right over here, 8 times 3. Oh, that's 24. And we know it's 24 pounds because we're talking weight. So now I'm going to hit save and close because now I have that number. By her second birthday, she gained 12 more pounds. So on this 24 pounds, I need to add 12 more. I need to make sure I hit scribble too. So I have 12 more pounds. So 4 plus 2 is 6, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So now she's at her second birthday. She is 36 pounds. So I'm going to hit save and close and look at the next step. At that time, Sylvia's father weighed 5 times as much as she did. So I'm going to take her 36 and write it in my multiplication table I gave you and multiply it by 5. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you could always go into the solve, into our scribble, and do 36 times 5. Either way works. So I'm going to do 5 times 6, which is 30, and you write that as 30. So I'm going to drop my 0 in the ones column in the product and carry my 3 to the tens column. I'm going to do 5 times 3, which is 15 plus 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. So my 8 will go in my tens column and my 1 will go in my hundreds column. So I've got Dad's weight. Okay, you guys, I'm trying to make my squares. It's not working out, but that's okay. So I'm going to hit save and close. So now I've got both weights. What were Sylvia and Dad's weight combined? So I'm going to jump into my scribble again. I'm going to click scribble. So now I'm going to take the 180 and I need to add 36. So I'm making sure that my columns are nice and lined up. My ones are my ones, my tens are my tens, so forth. So I'm going to go 0 plus 6, which is 6. 8 plus 3, which is 11. So 11 is written as 1, 1. I drop my 1 and I carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So here is my final answer. So 216 pounds. So I'm going to hit save and close and then come over here where I started writing and write 216 lbs, which is an abbreviation for pounds. So as you're doing this, take your time. Do not fly through it. Make sure you read all the steps. Make sure you understand what the question's asking you. And remember, as you're doing this, to smile, giggle, and wiggle. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.